bright, isn't it? good evening. Hello everybody, hope you are well. Lira Mang here, attempting to do a Facebook Live, an Instagram Live and a YouTube Live. Ooh, how exciting. I've been busy over the weekend, been trying to sort out some technology. The one thing that I now don't have the ability of is seeing any of your comments. So that's my next bit of learning. But I hope you're all well anyway. I hope you've enjoyed your weekend as best you can. I hope everybody is safe and well and is doing their best at this time. It's me in the garage doing a little test really. This is a little simple short-ish one, still half an hour, but nothing too crazy. I'm just trying to use some new software and be able to get to the Instagram people. I've been getting a bit of flack from Instagram who are saying why can't we see these things as well, and I've thrown in a bit of YouTube in there for good measure. So we're across everything at the moment and I am learning as we go along. So what are we going to talk about today? We are going to have a look at both the Plus range and the new digital range alarms, just so you guys get an idea of which alarm is right for you, or understanding which one you've got, or if you're going to buy some second-hand alarms and you're not sure which ones you should get, then I'm just going to go through them and make sure you know, and then can make your informed choice or just get a better understanding of what's out there and what's available, because I know there's loads of people who may well be buying some second-hand units as people upgrade, and they might not know which one is which, and be confused as to what the capabilities are of all these products. So I'm trying to just go through quite simply the ranges, and then I shall, if I can, answer some questions. I might only be able to answer your questions on Facebook, because I can see comments as I've got my iPad sitting here, and people are watching. So if you're regulars, thank you for joining me again. I can see a few popping up. I haven't quite got the thing how I would like it, but I can scan through and see a few things. So I can do a few hellos to normal people. Nick Tagent, evening. Hello, it's from Canada. Hello. Tim Tattle is there. Who's there? Netherlands. Tim Bolema. He's there. Tudor Prosser. Good evening. There's lots of regulars in here. Gary Evans, hello, how are we doing? And there's lots of other people in there. So at some point I will work out how to do this even better. By the time we get out of lockdown, I'll have worked all this out, and then it will all be over. So anyway, let's have a look at what we came to see today. And this is our Plus range. So 3 alarms in the Plus range. Okay, so we have our as was our lower end product. So this is the EV Plus. So this was our least expensive model. Then we have, this is the Standard Plus, so a sort of a halfway model, and this then is, or was, the most popular model that we'd ever made. This is the TXI Plus that everybody knows and loves. So 3 models. Only one of these models has a radio in it, and that is this fella here, the TXI Plus. If I twist that slightly, you can see. Okay, so this is the aerial coming out the bottom. These two have not got aerials. I get asked so many times. I've got this one. This is what I get sent a picture of, and they send me a picture of the socket underneath, and they go, "My aerial's missing. Can I have a spare aerial, please?" No, because my friend, that is not a TXI. It is a standard, and I will try and show you that in a minute how these all differ. So we'll start with the top of the range model. If I'm teaching you to suck eggs, then I'm sorry, but this helps some people. So what do we have on the top of the range model? So we have a radio transmitter, works with the RX Plus Pro receiver. There it is there, 6 LED receiver. There's the LEDs on the top there. So this is the only model that works directly with the receiver. So instantly out the box, these two will talk to each other. You've got sensitivity, volume and tone, all adjusted by the 3 dials. You've got 2 LEDs in the ears. Okay, that's the same across all our models. You have the switch. Can you see the switch? Let's just turn that there. Yes, you can just about see. So these have got a switch on, so that gives you high and a low range of sensitivity on these. So we call this sensitivity on this model. All vibration sensing. And you have the push button on the front, and that push button changes the brightnesses of the LEDs and allows you to have night marking or not, should you choose it. And there are 5 settings of LED brightness. So low battery warnings on this one, so simple. I've got the base fitted just to show you that it takes a illuminated hanger, so I just plug that in there quickly and then just hook that up. Not doing this very neatly, but just to show you how that works. Okay, so we've got an illuminated hanger in there, so it has a nightlight output socket. All these models have an output socket for our visual indication systems, all of them, as does the digital range. So all our visual indication systems work with all our alarms from 2003 onwards, basically. So if you've got a plus range alarm, it says plus here on the logo. If it's got a little plus on it, it'll work with any visual indication system, be it a Nightlight Pro, ES indication set, a slim light indication set, or a new nightlight indication set. So the Nightlight V2s as well as the old original ones. So if it has a plus on it, it'll work with them, as will all the new digital alarms, and we'll come to those in a moment. So with the radio system, then that all works, as I say, with the receiver. So you get anti-theft with this one, as it sends it to the receiver and matches tone for tone, pulse for pulse. Whatever you set on the alarm will come through on the receiver. So this is the top of the range one. If you want a radio, this is the one you want. Then we have this one. So this one here is what we call the Standard Plus. So this has all the features of the TXI. So this one here has all the same features of the TXI, but it has no radio. So it has a socket in the bottom to allow you to plug in an extension box and leads from the very first days when we did that, to a plug-in transmitter that we used to. I don't have those here. Not something I had lying around before lockdown. But a plug-in transmitter goes in the bottom and then allows you to use it with the receiver, but you have to buy a plug-in transmitter to go with that. But again, you can adjust the brightness of the LEDs. It's got sensitivity, volume, tone, 2 LEDs. Works with a hanger. I don't need to show that again. They all work with hangers, unless you really want me to. And it has low battery warnings, so works, has everything the same as the TXI, but no radio. So hopefully that would be clear. And in terms of how they were priced, this was $122.50 and these were $84.50. So, you know, it was a cheaper model, no radio. So that's the Standard Plus. And you can see by the logos, this has got the 6-bar logo, Standard TXI. And then we move to this one, the sort of baby brother of them all, or baby sister. This is the EV Plus. So this was our entry-level model, a stripped-down functionality. So no switch. You turn it on with the push button on the front. It has fixed LED brightness, so it's set to medium brightness and permanent night marking. So if I turn that on, okay, that's as bright as it goes, and it will always have night marking on it. You can't turn that off. It has no option for turning that off, so when that times out. So it's got sensitivity, volume, tone. It still has a socket underneath for our hangers, same as they all do. It has no low battery warnings, so you can't. It has no low battery warnings. Obviously, the battery life is still huge, and all these always has been, but it doesn't have a warning. It'll just start going quiet, or start LEDs going dim or something. Once it starts to get low, you'll know when the sound starts to deteriorate. And one big difference with this one is that it has only the lower end of the sensitivity range. So we have a high and a low, or plus and a minus switch on these ones, so you can go from low to high sensitivity. This one is always in low, so it's got just a rotary control still, 0 to 6, but it's the lower end. So it's as if you had these in minus all the time. This is how the EV works. For a lot of people, that's sufficient. You don't need that higher level of sensitivity. And one of our main field testers used to use the EV because he didn't need that extra level. Where the way he fished, he was fished the same method generally for the same kind of lakes. So found the EV very simple. Didn't sort of a day session angler, didn't need a radio. So this was the EV. So EV, lower end, no radio. Again, it has a socket in the bottom. Turn that off. It has a socket in the bottom. Okay, you push button, turn it off. For plugging in of our old TX Plus micro transmitter that used to plug in the bottom, same as this one, to then be able to use it with the radio. This one. But that's it. So, if you need a radio, you have to buy a plug-in transmitter. So if anybody's buying these now, or these two models, and they want a radio system, a Delkim radio system, then you need to find TX Plus transmitters to plug in for each alarm, and then you can use it with the receiver. So that's those. Hello again. That's a brief outline of the three models that were available in the Plus range. So let's see. I'll try and attempt to see if I can read any questions. Let me just have a look, because I'm on a different type of platform now, and maybe somewhere in this area I can see the questions. It's not very obvious where it is. Hello, by the way, if you're just joining us, because we're on different platforms now. I'm across Instagram, and we're on YouTube as well. Gave that a go. We've got quite a few people watch us on YouTube, so I thought I'd try that as well. So we are live, and we are giving you a outline of the Plus range alarms and the differences between those models, and then the new ones are digital range ones, and seeing what the differences are then. So what have we got? The easiest way for me is to start at the most recent one. Sorry. Mark Taylor, here we go. I'm quite happy to answer this. Why does Delkim not allow any shop to offer discounts on their alarms? Yes, we do. Just ring round, mate. If you go to any shop, they'll offer you something if you walk through the door, and ask them nicely. There's plenty of people offering discounts. So that is not true, a complete fallacy. They might not be advertised for discounted prices everywhere. Obviously, they're a good selling product. So, but people are, what they do in the shop, you just go and ask. So I would be asking better shops or different questions, mate. So that's straightforward. Trevor Pritchard, hello. One of our regulars. Let's have a look. Any other questions while I'm scanning down here? John Penny, hello. Just saying hello to people. People having a little chat amongst themselves. All good. Nice to see people helping each other out. This is what being part of the Delkim family is all about. If people have answers to questions and they can answer other people's, why not? It's there. So feel free to ask questions. And people will answer them for you, and I will have a look at them as well and try and if they're not correct, I will just nudge people in a slightly different direction, or if there's a different slant on it, then of course. So Sebastian Hennerott, hello. Vinny Biscuits Hawksworth, good evening, hello. What's this? Michael Lane. Oh, let's have a look. What's this one? The only issue I had with the EV was when there was heavy rain, it would sound off. Okay, so if you have an issue, Michael, obviously once we're back up and running and you had an issue with one going off, in the rain, then we can sort that out, no problem at all. So just need to double check it was actually not being set off by the rain hitting the line, which is what most people don't understand with the Delkim. They just say, oh, it goes off in the rain. Yes, because the vibration of the line, if you've not set it right, that will be why. But yeah, if it's genuinely being affected by bad weather, then that's not working correctly, and we'll sort that back once we get back up and running. Let's have a look. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do now is just going to switch this over as smoothly as I can, and then we're going to switch. Turn that one off, and then we're going to have a look at the other two alarms. So let me just check that that's okay. Yeah, you can see that. I can move the camera forward a little bit. That's about as good as we're going to get. Let me see if I can see that. Yes, you can see that. Right, let me just switch, and then you can have a look at these two. Okay, so these are our new digital range alarms. So you can see straight away that they're a lot smaller. If you haven't seen these before, they've been around now for since June. The txi-d and the EVD came out when we were February, end of February, I forgot now, somewhere around then, end of February I think, beginning of March, so just before everything went up in the air. So that they're available. So txi-d, top of the range model, the only one that works with the radio, so that's our RXD receiver coming in from the side here. Okay, these two work together nicely, they work together. It has a little aerial. Oh, let's just turn that. Can you see that? It's not easy to see in this. I need to get it closer. But there's a little aerial coming out there. We've got two buttons on here to turn it on and off. So you hold down the two buttons. LEDs, you can see slightly higher in the ears, and on the plus range to get even better visual indication from those. And we've got an R control and a V control. Let's see if I just move that camera forward. So bear with me, might just judder a little bit, but let's see if I can just get that a little bit closer, and then you guys can see that a bit better. Sorry, not the best. There we go. I'm trying to work with the tools that I've got, so that gives you a little a bit better view of it there. So there you can see the little area sticking out the bottom there. R and V, so response, volume, tone is adjusted by the push button, so it's a digital tone system, so it's a completely digital alarm. Still works on vibration, all the other ones worked on vibration too. And you've got a load of functions in here. Tone, you can adjust the LED brightness, you've got beep speed, you've got mute function, you've got the socket in the bottom still. I'm going to come into here with one. I'm just going to pop in from the side. There's the socket in the bottom. It's got a coloured ring around it so you can see it better. That's your night light socket, and all low battery warnings on this one as well, and a battery fail warning as well. All the things that it's got anti-theft and IMU. It's got lots of features. Okay, for your money, and that's 135. 99, 134.99. There we go. I've got it already. And then this, you can see straight away, only has the one button. So this is our newest model. This is the EVD. So this is $59.99, and that is a more stripped down version of this model. So it has no radio. There is no way of adding a radio to this product. It's a non-radio product. It has a socket in the bottom for our visual indication systems, exactly the same as this one. It has response and volume, and the big difference between this model and the old EV is it has the full response level, the same as its big brother or sister. Okay, that is exactly the same. So whereas in the old EV Plus it had just the lower end of the sensitivity range, the response on this is exactly the same. So you get full response, so it's really sensitive to really insensitive, for setting the response control. But you've got no beep speed, you've got no battery warnings or anything like that, you can just turn it on. Okay, it has mute, and you can change the brightness of the LEDs. Okay, so it has a medium brightness with night marking. You can just see that. If I do that, you can probably not quite see it in this darkness. I've got the light on, and if I hold it down again, I can put it into day mode. Oh, sorry, that was in day mode. This is in night mode. Oh, you can just see it glowing on ever so gently if I move my thumb out of the way. So you do have the ability to turn night marking off and increase the brightness of the LED that you didn't have on the EV Plus. No radio, so it can't work with a receiver. It's got the socket, it's got mute, you can change the tone, it's got 16 tones, this has got 64 tones, but it still works by pressing the button on the front. You press the button to turn it off, you just hold it down for 5 seconds. That one is there. Okay, turns itself off. Comes with a hard case, so you know it's got a lot more features than the EV Plus, and with a hard case makes it even better value, because you added a hard case to the old EV, it made it $64.50, whereas this is $59.99 with a hard case. And then it works with all the accessories as well. So you need the V2 accessories, which I have shown before, but I will get them out again just to reiterate that before we go. So hopefully that shows you the differences between the two, but let me just go and grab those because people keep asking. There we go. So let's do it one bit at a time. So V2 d-lok is what you need for the EVD and the txi-d. Okay, they are completely different mouldings. So you need the V2 versions of the quick release system, and you need the V2 version of the safety, the carbon snag ears. Okay, because it's a different moulding, different back. This one, different moulding, so you need a different shoe fitting, and that's on those ones. For the Plus range, if you're investing in the Plus range and you're looking for the accessories that we still do, because obviously there's a lot of people still got them. So yellow ones, this is the original one, so if it doesn't say V2 you don't want it. So d-lok, quick release, that's for the old Plus range and the very original alarms, which were the standard and the txi, which I don't have here. You know, the very first ones. And there's the snag ears, you can just see the back in there. I am waiting for a decent webcam. Everything is on the go slow, obviously. I was promised it would be Saturday, but now it looks like it's going to be a bit longer. But here we go. So that's the accessories you need for the old Plus range. So hopefully that answers your queries on that. I hope that's given you some brief idea. This was really a bit of a test. I know it's Monday. I wanted to sort of keep it rolling, and I'll keep this going as long as possible, and hopefully we've got to a few more people this time with the ability to go through Instagram and through YouTube as well. So who knows how many people are watching or how many people are not. Let's just see if I can answer any questions before we go. I will try my best. What's the best nightlight kit to go with the... Let's read that one. So Simon Broadbent, what's the best nightlight kit to go with the txi-ds? The best nightlight kits are whichever ones you want, mate. That's the biggest question. Done a thing all on the visual indication systems. So best off going back through everything's on YouTube or on our Facebook feed. All the videos I've done, I've specifically done one on hangers, so you can have a look at those. Let's have a look if there's any other questions on these. I'll just answer a couple more. Excuse me. What's this? What's the best hanger to go to? It's somebody else, Christian Dale. Again, whichever one you want. They all work, so you've got to choose the one that you want. Go back through and we'll see. What's this one? Paul Rotherham. I would love you guys to make a stow type light up bobbin I've got the Delk light up ones. Yep. Oh, it's gone again. Light up ones, but the ball bearings don't grip the line, so backdrop bites don't register as well. Last. Ball bearing. Right. Yeah, we do. Paul Rotherham, have a look at the slim lights. Slim lights have a fixed position, so they are specifically for that style of fishing, and I'm desperately looking for one. I must have one here. I've had them all out. Yeah, that's the one we had on display on the. Wait, let's get that one out. Paul Rotherham. There's your bad boy. So if you look at that, if I get that close, it's got a dual position line clip, and again in the one on hangers I did the other week, or middle of last week I think it was now, it's got, that's not a very good thing to point with, but we'll do that. So it's got ball bearings, so it's a free running, and then wait, let's get it in the centre of the bloody thing, and then it's got two magnets here, and then you can pull the line down into the fixed position, so it works in a very similar way to a stow bobbin, and you have the beauty of a free running line clip as well when it pulls out the fixed one, and because it's magnetic, that force never changes, it never fades, it's always the same. So have a look back in that, and hopefully that will answer that question. Let's do a couple more, but we've got a couple of minutes left before we get. Hello Andrew Moore, how are we doing? Any more? Ian Carroll, does the alarm carry case for the new alarm? So I should you say the black box is universal, so the black box fits both the old alarms and the new ones. If you put the cases on the new alarms, they are virtually the same size as a old alarm. There you go. So it's the same silhouette, and they fit in the black box storage case. It's universal, so it fits both. So that's all good. Any more questions? What have we got? I have registered my alarms on your warranty page on the app, but I haven't had a reply. Yep, give me a chance. I'm looking at everything. It might well be that two things. One, if you've got a Microsoft email account, for some reason they don't like delkim.co.uk, so we're having difficulties in replying to anybody that has Hotmail or Live or those ones, Outlook. It doesn't always go through, but also I haven't been doing it over the weekend. I've had a little break over the bank holiday, so if you did it back end of last week, I will probably whiz through them tomorrow morning. If you have registered it and you haven't heard anything back, then it's probably gone through and it's fine, so you got your extra warranty there and should be okay. But Chris Sawyer, if you PM me or PM the Delkim page, I can confirm directly whether we've had that from you. Okay, so anybody that hasn't had a reply and wants to know if it's gone through, if they've got a Microsoft email account, if they just PM Delkim on the messenger, then I can answer them directly, just double check and just let them know it's gone through. Nick Dale, hello Nick, why does my TXi Plus receiver crackle on the fast run? Okay, it's an analog system. Okay, it's a mixture. The new one is digital, no pops and crackles. The old system is analog. One, are you using it in L? You should always use it in L unless you are moving out of the swim. That would reduce any interference. Does it do it with all your alarms, or is it just one? Because it could be that the alarm is, something's not quite right with the alarm. If you've got it on D, then you are opening it up to its maximum range, which means it can pick up signals if they're around. If you're fishing somewhere where there's a lot of radioactivity, airport, army base, built up area where there's a lot of radioactivity, then that can affect it. It won't stop it picking up, but you might get a bit of crackling, and once it realises it's not a TXi Plus anymore coming through it shuts itself down. So that's why sometimes you get that static noise for about a second or so after you've finished beeping, because it has to stay open just to make sure it doesn't get any more signals from the alarm, and then it shuts itself down. So make sure you're using it in L, Nick. If you need any more help, you know where I am. Just ask a question. Let's do one more then before we go. Gavin McCarry, how does the Delkim extended warranty work? Okay, last question today. I will answer anything that's on here, of course, individually as I go through it, but because I can't see it all, but I will try and get that sorted for tomorrow. Extended warranty. If you buy any of our new digital range products, so the txi-d, the RXD, or the newly released EVD, it comes with a 2-year warranty as standard. And then by registering your product, either via our app or on the website, entering your details, putting in your barcode number, which is in the battery compartment or on the bottom of the box. It's a 7-digit code. That then gives you an extra year's warranty for free. So then you've got peace of mind. You've got 3 years of warranty in case there's ever any problems. But the way it's going at the moment, in terms of the performance of these products, I think that's very, very unlikely. But yeah, it gives you peace of mind. So that's about it for me today. Simple one. I will try and do something a little bit more in depth tomorrow. If there's anything you want to know, or we want to go and refresh over stuff, then please put it up on here, or message us directly, or do whatever it is you got to do. If you've got ideas, it helps me know what people want to do or want to hear about, because if you think you need to know, there'll be a load of people that need to know. And don't forget to share this stuff, let people know this is going on. It can be useful. I would say probably stuff's more useful than others, but I'm trying my best to give people a broad idea on stuff, and maybe we will do one that's a bit more fun, maybe not so much product focused. It depends. You tell me, whatever you want to do. I hope this has worked across social media. So we've had Instagram involved for the first time, and we've had YouTube people involved for the first time. So hopefully that has been of some benefit to you guys. Now I've done it, hopefully we can keep that going, and then you guys all get the benefit. So I thank you for your time. Stay safe, stay home, stay strong, and thanks for joining me and being part of the Delkim family, and we thank you for being part of that Delkim family. So good night everyone, and we'll see you again tomorrow.